We need young leaders
who can lead themselves first.
We need more leaders
who share a similar feeling of we have to do something for this country.
The first intention is to serve and not to lead. Before AYLC,
I was just confined to my own space.
I was very active with the student council.
As a former SK official,
I was an education student.
when I got to the Congress, I realized that there are a lot of things that can be done.
One of the biggest issues I think our country is facing is leadership.
This was something that was conceived by a group of Ayala executives as part of an end and an affiliation of the Ayala Foundation.
The Ayala Young Leaders Congress, or AYLC, is the concrete expression of the Ayala Group's commitment to national development.
Ang sense ng Ayala is there's need to build a network of leaders.
That we want to develop a good system of education and, more than anything, a system of values.
And the idea was to do it nationwide, and that we were going to select college students that have a passion for servant leadership.
Whose concern and interest is primarily other people.
If this was a leadership concept, we should actually give our participants or the delegates more opportunities to show their leadership.
We wanted them to learn that process. And so the small groups have taken on that perspective
For the last few years, many of the activities are self-led.
so that they themselves can now determine their own destinies.
yung mga speakers na inimbitahan nila dito, varied yung field nila of leadership. Tapos yung journey din nila of leadership, nakaka-relate ka.
When I went into AYLC, I made sure that I would meet as many people as I would.
From different places of the Philippines, we were brought together in order for us to interact with one another.
The moment you talk to them, you ask them about their story, it's very inspiring and very overwhelming.
Our role isn't even to lead in the conventional sense, but to make leaders out of people.
Some lessons were unlearned, some lessons were learned.
For a while, I didn't really realize how much strength and power we had in a room, and I think that goes for AYLC every single year.
It makes you feel stronger na hindi lang pala ikaw yung nakakaranas ng ganun in wanting to change something.
Fueled my passion to make my story.
What we encourage is people to find their advocacy, find their passion, find the area that they want to serve.
After AYLC, these stories had faces.
Now I'm with Teach for the Philippines, and the organization is about education reform.
I also co-founded this organization. It's called Angat Kabataan. We're community-based in Taytay, Rizal.
I'm partnering with a lot of groups like the military in their civil military operation, conducting youth leadership summits.
So I started my own social enterprise called Coconelas.
When we started working on the Maningning Creek, we realized that yes, it's true that if you have that clear vision, it will follow.
We have seen leaders, over 1,100 alumni of AYLC in just about every sector of our country.
We have now people in Congress, in the Senate, in government.
I've seen military, architects, engineers, urban designers.
We have people running schools or here in businesses, not just with the Ayala Group, but even with other businesses.
Yung konsepto ng Ayala from the very start has been to build a network of leaders. It was never to build singular leaders.
Through the alumni network, connect them so that then we can actually have a critical mass.
The Ayala Young Leaders Alumni Association is actually the official association of all those delegates who've been through the AYLC.
Yung alumni network has always been very helpful.
After AYLC, I realized that what was important was really just to do my own fair share.
I learned all about servant leadership.
Being a leader is really putting everyone else's concern before yours.
With these people around me, I believe that it is very achievable, it's very possible that I can make impact to my community.
There's just so much power in this Congress, and not only is there power, but there's so much empowerment that goes on.
The AYLC experience is really a life-changing one.
There is a certain pride to belong to the AYLC.